All right. Hello, everybody. Hopefully everything is coming through the way that it should. I have fixed the I have fixed the camera problem from last time. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just checking to make sure that that was working. We are live, and it is ultra low latency, so I will be able to see everybody today. I'm going to put my mouse up over there, so just in case I need to quickly see something. I do have chat up, so we'll be able to see all that. If my microphone's a little bit quiet, let me know. I did turn it down a little bit, so hopefully it won't peak as much while we're putting stuff together tonight. However, what we do have today, actually, I wanted to add, because it doesn't really make a difference. I don't really think it makes a difference to you guys, but I do like being able to see, let's see, media, widgets. Oh yeah, it's under widgets, isn't it? Viewer count, there it is. Add. So we'll change viewer count so it's only visible on stream. Then we'll just kind of bring that number up a bit. There we go. Like I said, it doesn't really do much for you guys, but it actually helps me because sometimes the view counts are weird on YouTube and on OBS or Streamlabs, where I do all my recording stuff and my stream stuff. So I just want to make sure that we're doing good there. We're doing good here. It looks like everything is. My hands look huge in this camera, in the way that this camera is, because of the. It's just so weird. But today we're continuing on with the Gravity Falls Mystery Shack. I've got my book here that also hasn't been rain damaged. Unfortunately, here in Michigan where I live, we had a bit of a rainstorm a little while ago. Let me see if I can just get that set up. Maybe I need to have like a book. The pages are falling. I think it's fine. But yeah, so we're going to continue on with this wonderful mystery shack that we've been building. We are on bag 3 of like 4 or 5, I think. I have to find the right bag, but I can always move this forward a little bit more. I do have it connected to USB now, so we are able to take a look after we're done with building this. We'll actually be able to take a look, be able to open things, because as we kind of saw last time that I wasn't really able to show all that well, there are like openings and there's little like secret things in here, open doors, that kind of stuff, but super cool things. And yeah, so I really want to be able to show you guys that. And I finally figured out how to do it with my camera, or with my phone as the camera. And this pattern is going to look really weird on screen as well, which is it's going to be a little bit fun to watch. But along with that, this is also just going to be the YouTube, when I do a YouTube video with the Mystery Shack, a lot of this is going to be in the background. It won't be seen. The focal point of the video is going to be just the Mystery Shack itself. So, a couple other things that we did also get. So, I know this is just a Walmart bag, but my brother-in-law and sister have graciously let me let me borrow to use for a future video. I wanted to do food trucks, and so I got we put together the last time we put together the fry truck, the little fry food truck. I also had the pizza truck, and what else is it? Yeah, there's a couple other like food trucks that I have. I also bought the donut truck. So we've got a bunch of food trucks we can put together. Given that this will be the last LEGO stream, I don't know what we're going to put together. I really want to finish the Mystery Shack. That's going to be priority number 1. It is Friday night, so I have no issues with going a little bit long. My wife might, but I don't. But we have the slushy truck. Yep, the slushy truck is this one. And then I think this is the ice cream truck. Or this is an ice cream truck. I don't remember what this one is. I'm not entirely sure. But we'll know when we get the bag open. But also on top of that, I mean, we've got the same one that we needed to build for the longest time. The big 3-in-1 castle that's here. So we've got a bunch of stuff that we can put together. But yeah. So we're gonna work on finishing the Mystery Shack up, and then we'll see where we go from there. How much time we have, what time it is when we actually finish this, because it took me the entirety of all last stream to do this bit. Well, no, not necessarily. I think we built a fry truck and we did a couple other things in between, but yeah. So we'll do this. We'll get this all around. Yeah. Oh, I keep putting that mouse down there just to be able to move stuff, but yeah. Anything else? I don't think there's anything else that I need to inform y'all with, so I think we're good to go. I was hoping that my sister would show up because she is the one that was excited to see this and wanted me to build it. But yeah, if she's not here, she'll join us later, I'm sure. Let's see. So there's supposed to be... Oh, it's on this side. Oh. There's supposed to be some stuff on there with those brown pieces. When was that supposed to go on? Might just be getting a late start because I forgot to put something on there. So why? Okay, I have figured out what is wrong with this thing. I put the roof on backwards. Oh no. So luckily this roof piece comes off. Yeah, I put this on backwards. So there's like a little indent on this half, and this is hard to see, I know. But yeah, I messed up. These brown pieces are supposed to go on this side. So that way that all sits flat. So I kind of just did this entire thing wrong. So we might start with fixing that error. Whoops. Okay, but I think these red pins are in the same position that they need to be. They're pretty easy to fix if I need to, but this is kind of the problem, and I think I explained this the last time with this build system that is not Lego. These things don't have any like beveled edges to actually get this stuff off with. So, and I'm kind of breaking my removal tool here to try and get this stuff off. This does give me the opportunity, though, to fix the bed, because if I remember correctly, I did not put it in correctly because I was missing a couple of pieces. Oh, that actually came off quite easily. Alright, well, let's get these pieces on there. That way it sits up a little bit off of the bottom. Okay. We'll just, I'll just exclude this part from the time lapse of me having to fix my mistake. Typical YouTuber fashion. I don't want you to see that I messed up. So I gotta go back and fix my mistake before anybody notices. It would be helpful if these pieces had any type of edge to them so I could get under them and get them out. But like I said, it just is not happening today. Unfortunately. But I hope you guys had a good week. hope you guys have had a good, if you're in school, hope you've had a good school week. If you are working, hope your week was good. I can't complain. My week wasn't too bad. Oop. Don't drop those pieces. But next week I have a short week. So, which also kind of entails the reason why this is the last Lego stream, and we need to get this Gravity Falls thing done. And I just trimmed my fingernails too, so I can't handily get these things out of here. Fortunately, I kind of know how to do this without I'm just gonna bend the pieces up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I was looking at this at the beginning before the stream started, and I was like, man, it's really weird that this thing's got, like, you know, a beveled edge on one side and it's supposed to be flat and the other side doesn't. Turns out that was my error. Because I probably was not paying all that much attention last time that we did this. Again, unfortunately. There we go. Come on. But yeah, make sure, let me know audio-wise how we sound. Don't look. I didn't just do that, I promise. I hate doing that, but I don't want to spend all my time today just trying to get these stupid pieces off of here. You know, I'm sure somebody tomorrow is going to give me some crap about it in the comments, but that's fine. You gotta do what you gotta do. And this isn't Lego, so I mean, it's not like the overall fanboys are gonna really harp on me for it. It's just a pain that this isn't fully... There we go. Debrickable. Ugh. Every once in a while. I don't know that it'll come through camera, but I am using my phone for camera, so it probably... Oh, there we go. Perfect. It'll probably ring through. Maybe the camera will vibrate a little bit, or it'll shake a little bit, and you guys might notice. But I am using my phone for my camera, so that's why if you see anything shake or if there's any screen shaking, that's probably why. I don't think any noise will come through, but I'm also not entirely sure that that's true either. So, okay. Now we can actually put this stuff back on there, and I'm going to kind of move the microphone away. Again, if it's too quiet, let me know. I can actually turn this part up, or I can actually turn this microphone up. Maybe. Well, these have to stay together, actually, so I don't need to take those apart. But yeah, feel free to type in the chat, and feel free to say hi if you're just passing through. Always appreciate people stopping in, saying hi. Okay. So I think these still go here. That goes there. It's like a 6x piece there. That there. And I realize I say that there a lot when I build with Legos, but you know, it's the truth. That brick does go there. Okay, so that sits like that, and then there's like a 3 brick goes across there. 4-piece there, 2-piece there. I think that's a 4 and a 4. Oh. Two at the top, 2 there, 4 there. That's there, that one's there. I think that lines up with that. Yep. Big brick piece there. That's that spot. All right, there we go. That's all those roof pieces back on. Ugh. Okay, the shelf goes over here as normal, as it was before, at least. Yeah, the TV's already inside. That's already mounted to the wall in here. Yep, plant, bear, and then the bed. Yeah, so there were supposed to be, I messed up last time. There were supposed to be little studs on the bottom of these to keep it in, or to make it not sit right directly on the bed, but, you know, as one does, and you get rushing through things, or at least trying to do it in a decent time frame, mistakes happen. You know, as Bob Ross would say, happy little accidents. That's there, and that is, well, of course. Okay. All right, we're back to where we should have been in the beginning of this. So that's always fun. Okay. So I need to... I already got the third pack open, so we'll just get right started on this next part. Those two, that goes right there. Yeah. All right, 2 of these. Ah. So I'll go stacking on another. Right on there. Oh. There's another thing. These things are like very hard to get down. Or at least a little difficult to line up. I think like 90% of the time, and the reason why this Lego set takes me so long is because I'm trying to find the pieces that I need, because they don't small bag them like Lego does. They don't put separate bags for their smallest things there. So it's a little unfortunate that I gotta just kind of dig through everything. Whoop. There we go. go. It's a little bit. These are a little bit difficult to do. These side bricks, and it keeping everything in as well. Where I think Lego would have said, like, would have put in the instructions, like, oh, put all this stuff together and then put it in. Yeah, that doesn't quite happen for this stuff. Because, like, building this stuff separately before putting it in is a lot simpler. I mean, this one's on me because I didn't take the time to separate bricks out, but still. Small bagging the smaller parts would save a lot of time on building this stuff. I think this looks like it's built the exact same way as the last one. That goes there, there's two here. Smaller one goes there, the bigger one goes here. Come on. There. All right. That goes there. And there we go. I don't know how they're gonna. They might do like a removable wall thing again, so that we can actually see the where this goes through. But we'll see. So I think these are the window pieces. So we need like 4 a piece for these. All right, there we go. Oh, dogs are out and running around for the night. I was kind of thinking there would be a, like, there's no flat space on the back of these ones for some reason. Or for this window. I kind of thought there would be. But all of these get slopes. And each of these gets a little tiny slope on it. There we go. So now I gotta make like a million of these little things. Gotta make sure every time that happens that the camera doesn't cut out on me. Or every time the thing goes off. Just because I think that happened last time, but it was also the the reason that it happened last time was because of texting. So I don't inherently think it's just my phone getting notifications. I think it's an actual thing that snaps it out of the camera. But who knows? Who knows? Oh my goodness. Something's making my phone go nuts. Who knows? So in I guess recent Lego news, what was one of the things that I watched earlier a little while ago, or it wasn't a while ago. It was earlier today. So the game that I wanted to play a little while ago, but we instead played Breath of the Wild because my wife enjoyed that game a whole lot more than the Lego City Undercover. Somebody beat that entire game in, I believe it was like under 20 minutes, or it was like a 20-minute world record. And I mean, that game takes hours. Like it took me like 4 or 5 days to beat it myself, just because obviously I don't have the time to dedicate everything to it. But I don't know. It was just a lot. There was I was watching it, and there's so many glitches and things in that nature to consider and to watch when you're doing speedruns like that. It's absolutely insane. But it was really cool to watch. I mean, there's like I said, a lot of glitches to go into it because it's a pretty. They tried to think of a lot of the ways that people were gonna glitch the game out, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no one's gonna break the game that bad." And then somebody beat a like 13-hour game in like 20 minutes. I wouldn't be the happiest with that, but I'd be like, well played. You can't fix all the glitches, no matter how hard you try. Oh, I used the wrong piece. Oh. There we go. See, some of these have beveled edges and some of them don't. I don't understand why they didn't just do it for all of them, but I don't know. Maybe it's the molds they've got or something like that. No idea. Oh yeah, that's the right one. But yeah, hope you guys' nights have been going well. Hope your guys' week went well. Always appreciate people stopping and hanging out, even just to watch. I am when I go to live streams or when I see live streams on. Normally, I'm a pretty silent observer. I don't talk. I don't text much in chat just because, I don't. If I don't have anything, all that. So a lot of the time, if I did talk in chat, it would be like, I don't like being a backseater. So I don't text much in live stream chats. I really should because, obviously my opinion is valuable. But no, I just enjoy watching people do stuff, build Lego, do that kind of stuff. So if you're here just doing that, always appreciated. But I hope your week's going well. Hope you had a good week and your the end of your week is going good. Hope you're looking forward to Easter weekend. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for Easter. Let's see. Oh, okay. So this goes down one more. But hope you guys have some good plans for Easter. It'll be a fun weekend. I don't know what the weather is supposed to be like, but I'm assuming it's good. It's been decent, at least where I live. I'm hoping it's good. Michigan has not had the kindest of weathers this season. It's been quite a bit of a mess honestly. Let's see. One there. And there's one next to it, I think. Yeah, it just leaves a too wide gap in between. And this one has a... Oh, nope, needs to be the same size. Hi, Dan. Welcome in. Always appreciated. How's your Friday night going? Yeah, happy Friday. How was work today? I know you said that you, in our conversations last night, that you had to work. I did as well, but hope your Friday went good at work. Yeah, it's always one of those things you want to have Easter weekend off. Ah, I could believe it. I could believe that in a heartbeat. Not supposed to be at the bottom. Is that? Oh, yeah, it's this piece right here. Yeah, that also sounds about right. That's an unfortunate circumstance. Happenstance. Some kind of stance. Well, hope next week goes better for you. So we're building the Gravity Falls Mystery Shack that my sister bought a set for me with. It's not Lego brand, but it's a Lego-ish type thing, and my sister wanted me to build it and build it on stream. So who am I to argue? But I figured it'd be a good way to get my to do the last Lego stream of the Lego stream for a while. Get to do that. Ah. Let me know if I'm a little quiet, by the way. Nervous about nervous about Ezra coming, my baby. I'm more it's not that I'm nervous. Like I've been hanging out with my sister and brother-in-law a lot with their new baby. And Ren is a joy to have around. You know, that opinion may change because I'm not the one that has to take care of her all the time. But she's been just an absolute joy to have around. She's such a fun and happy baby. Like she's just got a smile that'll make it melts your heart. We were doing stuff at church last week, and let's see. We were clearing out a bunch of stuff because they were putting new carpet down. And the entire time my wife had her on her lap, and they were just kind of sitting, and she's a very bouncy baby. So my wife kind of held her up by her armpits, and she just kind of like, she bends her legs and bounces. So it's like you're sitting there holding her while she's doing this. Oh my goodness, it's so fun. But nervous wise, no, I'm not nervous. I'm more nervous, or I'm more of like at the moment, I'm kind of just a worrywart because you know, I want my wife to be healthy. I want the baby to be healthy. And the problem is I don't know anything that's going on. Yeah, that's more what I'm like. I'm not, like I said, I'm not nervous. I'm more worried about that. Like I just want everything to go well. I want everything to be well. And my main problem is obviously I have no part in carrying the baby. that's all my wife, and she is doing a fantastic and wonderful job. I've just become a worried mess because I don't actually have any input. I don't know what's going on. I don't feel him all the time. And so my main concern with that is I just, I feel like I annoy my wife a lot because I'm like, and it's not in like a mean way, like, oh, have you felt the baby move or anything? It's like, oh, how's he doing? I try and make it very cute, but it's one of those things that, when you don't have control over something, it just really makes you, it really kind of worries you. And to be honest, I'm not used to that. I'm used to being a very calm and collected individual when it comes to that kind of stuff. Yeah, she will. She's excited. She's very excited. So because and I'm sure that you know about this, working for the government as well. She gets like 3 months of paid vacation, or like basically paid maternity leave. She has to work at the places she's at. She has to work there for at least a year after having a child. But yeah, so she gets 3 months off after we deliver Ezra, and then yeah, and then we've got daycare lined up and all that stuff. So, yeah, she's very excited. She's super excited about it. But we had our birthing class, and my wife was a little bit irritated at she was a little bit irritated because people are telling her like, oh, those birthing classes, they don't prepare you for the real thing, but that's not really what they're for, though. They're to give information and to get you kind of ready and get you in the mindset for what's coming. And so that's what, like, she absolutely loved the birthing class. Like, she was on top of everything. Basically everything that the teacher said, she told me like 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks before we even started the class. So she was super excited for it. She enjoyed it a lot. It was very informational. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough. I may or may not have fallen asleep at one point during it, but that was because I was laying in the chair. I was kind of laying in the chair watching everything, and she fell. I accidentally fell asleep during the class, and she got a little bit upset at me because it was like kind of the important stuff that I was supposed to know as well. But yeah. What agency does Alexis work for? If I get, she works for. I won't tell you the town, but she works for Community Mental Health. So, I'm not exactly sure what agency, or if that's the agency, or if there's something else. But yeah, she works for CMH, and they're very accommodating, and they do a great job and stuff. So. I have no complaints. Alexis has a little bit, but that's obviously because she works there. So, but no, we're ready to go. We're all set, and we are super excited for him to be here. We've had our hospital bags packed because they were. My sister and brother-in-law, obviously my niece was, or I think I've said this before, and I've probably told you this before, Dan, but my niece was a preemie, so she was born super early. Yeah, yep, DHS. But my niece was born super early, and like very early to the point where you wouldn't even think to put a bag together for that. But obviously when they didn't have all the stuff around to do that, and so they didn't, and so like we were scrambling the night before trying to help them get like all their stuff packed or get stuff packed to go in, and oh my goodness, it was a lot. But it was a good showing for me and Alexis that we needed to get all of our stuff done as early as possible. I don't know where these pieces are that they're showing. Unless this is the next bag. But it shouldn't be. Maybe it is the next bag. Oh, It is. It's 3-2. Gotcha. It doesn't show when you need to open the next bag. But yeah, she works for the DHS part of the government. Which they're a lot more accommodating than what my work is, as far as paternity leave, because they actually, it's like short-term disability does it, or does all the stuff for it. And my company just, oh yeah, you can take like, I could take up to 3 months off, but the problem is I actually don't get paid or compensated for it. I just have the guarantee that I can come back and work, which is not something, or which is, you know, I would much rather, you know, obviously have paid time off, because who wouldn't? But I'm taking 2 weeks off after Ezra's born. I'm just taking 2 weeks off to kind of get everything situated, make sure that Alexis is comfortable with everything, make sure that he's settling in well, take him to appointments, and then I'm going to be working from home a lot after that, just trying to make sure that everything goes well and everything stays coherent, you know. But it'll be good. We're excited. We're ready. We're kind of counting down the days. Yesterday, because it's April. Yesterday was April. Alexis she woke up and she kind of looked at her. She was kind of just sitting up, and I was like, "Hey, what's on your mind?" And she was like, "Man, it's his birth month. Like, this is the month. Like, we're only a little bit away from him being here." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. It's exciting, and it's kind of terrifying, but we're ready. We're all ready and good to go." You know, it's just been a bit of a time working around family and making sure that everyone kind of knows where they stand, because one of the things is it's been a very long time, or we appreciate all our family. We love them very, very much, but part of the whole thing with our child is it's a very it took us a very long time to be able to have a child. It was a very long and lengthy process, and it took a little bit for us to just be able to we had to tell some of our family members, like, look, we appreciate all your support, but we don't want anybody else in the only person that's going to be in the delivery room is going to be me and Alexis, and then we will happily invite everybody afterwards. You know, you guys are more than welcome to come down and see him, but he's our child, and this is our first, and we really, we want to be the only ones in there. And yeah, so it was a bit of an odd conversation to have, but it had to be done. So it's one of those things. Like, my family is very considerate. Especially my dad's one of those people that he doesn't want to, he's not going to be there for the birth. He just said yeah, I agree. And it's something that it doesn't feel like a selfish thing as much as it might be. I don't really feel like it's a selfish thing to just want to be, because obviously my wife's going to be giving birth. She's going to be under a lot of stress. Like, her body is going to be doing things that it's never done before. And, having a lot of people in the room is just going to detract from the moment. It's going to kind of, worry her a bit more. So, and like I said, my parents have been very supportive on that front. They're like, obviously my mom had 3 kids. I've got 2 sisters, and so my mom's been through this before. My dad's been through this before. And my mom and dad have just told us, hey, it's fantastic that you're having him. Let us know when he's here, and we'll come down. But we're not going to come down and just wait in the lobby, or wait in the lobby in the waiting room for him to be here. So, but yeah, it's all about to pay off, and we're super excited. Oh my god, every opportunity that I get to tell somebody, and it's just been the greatest thing ever. We're super excited about it. Oh, there's like a whole lamp thing. But yeah, I mean, we got family from like way up north of where we live that they even said they were like, yeah, just let us know when he's here, and we'll make our way down, and so it's a good thing. It's nice having a lot of family that really understands and supports that, hey, it's not our place to be around and as be all that close, but we're more than happy to celebrate you when he's here. We don't want to take away from anything that you guys are doing. Which is, I mean, that's how we were with my. That's how we would have been with my sister if she would have had a normal birth. If Ren hadn't been stubborn and God, you're super early. Not that it was stubborn. It was an emergency, but yeah, we just kind of because of the nature of how my niece was born. It was one of those things that we, as soon as something happened, as soon as we all got kind of the word that, hey, Lauren's in the emergency room, they're gonna have to take Ren out, and it was like 28 weeks, something like that. Maybe it was like 30, but like 28, somewhere around there, like super early. No matter how I spin it. But yeah, it was one of those things where it was like everybody kind of it was a very supportive family moment, and I think it gave people, or my siblings, a lot of hope that our family is very supportive of one another, because we were all working, we all have jobs to do, and yeah, the minute that we got the word that, hey, Lauren's in the hospital and she's gonna have Ren, and it's an emergency situation, like we all kind of just dropped everything that we were doing we dropped everything that we were doing and headed right to the hospital. I had to wait for my wife to get out, or my wife was working, I was at work, and I was only a little bit away from the hospital, but I wasn't going to pull my mom away because she was the one that was with my sister, and I didn't have any other way of getting there. And so I called my wife, and I just said, hey, I'm going to walk down to the hospital, and that way I can be there. And she was like, just don't walk down to the hospital, just wait. I'm getting out of work now, and I'll meet you there. I'll just come pick you up, and then we can go together. So I was ready. I was all in to jump the gun and just sprint my way down to the hospital when my sister was there. But yeah, luckily my wife was on the way with her car. So, but yeah, that was one of those unique circumstances that you really hope that you never have to worry about. Or you hope that it never happens, but unfortunately that time it did. So we were ready to go, and everything worked out. Ren got here, and she spent a long time in the NICU, but she recovered, and now she's just the happiest, smiliest baby that I've ever met. Funny enough, she actually really likes me too, which just kind of adds on to the whole thing. She smiles a lot. Like every time that I see her, and every time that she sees me, she just kind of starts going nuts. And it's super cute, and I love it, and I love her. She's amazing. But yeah. I think this goes on, and you guys probably can't see that all that well. Actually, it's probably easier for me to do it this side, because that way I can. There's a hole I gotta hit. Oh, that's why. Okay, well, that makes sense. I have to actually put another red layered brick on here to get this on. But yeah, our first journey is coming to an end. It's always been one of those things where my wife and I, early on, my wife and I discussed when we discussed having children. My wife was she wasn't against having kids. She was just like, her siblings are a very interesting bunch. And so she was like, I don't even know that I want to have kids. I don't even know that, if we do have kids, like maybe just one. But as time has kind of gone on and we've kind of discussed it and talked about this more, it's gone from like, oh, well, maybe one or two kids to, I think I talked her into 3 at one point, and now we're sitting at maybe 4. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see where we end up, how many kids we end up having by the end of this. Okay, so yeah, it just sits on both ends. You know, as much as this is a journey start, as much as this is the end of a chapter for us of trying to have kids, this is going to turn into, this is only the beginning part of it. And we're super excited to just see where God takes us and God leads us, and how many kids that we can have. We are, and that's the thing. We are a bit older. My wife and I just turned 30 this year, so it's one of those things that you never know how many more years you got to be able to have kids. So we'll see what we can get done. It's weird to say it like that, but unfortunately that's kind of the reality of it. But yeah, it'll be fun. We're excited. This is a wonderful new chapter that we're ready for. There we go. There's the front half of the mystery shack. I think we got one more part of the roof, and then there's still a whole bunch of there's still bag 4 in here. And there's another bag 3. So there's still quite a bit of stuff in here. Oh, now I gotta take away your guys' view of the front side, but now you get to look at the back side of it. Must be my wife's doing dishes. I can hear the sink running. One of the things I learned, I thought, so I do this stuff in the basement. I do all the Lego builds and all my video, the recordings of my face I do in our basement. Mostly because, my wife doesn't really, it's hard for me to record things and be kind of goofy and silly when I have people around. And so this is kind of the empty space that I get to just do whatever I want. And it's fun and it's nice and I enjoy that a lot. Not that, I don't know, I act like a goof when I'm around my family, and even my wife, there's no shortage of things that I do that would weird out a normal person, but my wife finds oddly funny. But I don't know, I get nervous. That's the whole reason why I'm quiet when I do my voice recordings too for my videos. Which I shouldn't, because I've been doing this long enough that it really shouldn't bother me all that much anymore, but it kind of does. So, I don't know. I do not know. If I had to guess from the long break that Dan has not typed anything, I'm gonna assume that he's playing some league with probably Brandon or Matt tonight, doing some mayhem. It is one of those things. I don't plan on bringing my, as much as I'd like to. I don't plan on bringing my laptop to the hospital when we're there. They did say to bring some stuff. Oh. I thought you fixed your boat a while ago. Did it break again, or is it something different this time? Okay, I think this is time for the next bag. What's wrong with your boat now, Dan? Got a hole in it again? Well, I assume that's the problem, but I am not a boat person, and I have no idea what you do with boats. At least I'm not a boat fixing type of person. I know how they work. I know that they float and they have a motor. But I don't think I'm going to get any, engineering points for just knowing that. Oh. I don't know what I don't know what a trim is in accordance to a boat, though. Clearly, Dan, the moral of the story is I'm not going to be all that helpful with you fixing your boat. But I can entertain you in the way that, any non-boat person could, of just asking a million questions. Because I don't know what trim is on a boat. I know what a motor, a propeller. I know what buoyancy is. Yeah, anything else to do with a boat, though, I'm ashamed to say that I'm a little inexperienced. I do not quite have the knowledge of boats or boat-like things. I know a kayak, but that's also because it's not motorized. Oh. Gotcha. Okay, well that makes a little more sense. Again, I apologize, but did anything boat related that's not like outright knowledge is probably going to have to be explained like I'm a 5-year-old. Because like I said, I'm not a big boat person. There we go. I apologize for everybody not being able to see what I'm working on, but you'll see it here in a minute when I have to turn it around. Yeah, to work on the backside of the boat, or backside of this thing. Now Dan's got me thinking about boats. Yeah, the only thing my family used to have a pontoon boat that we'd go fishing on, and that was always fun. Nope, need the other one. So I need that to go right there, and this to go right here, maybe. Okay. That goes right there. Oh. That's a good point. No, that's true. I'm always more than happy to help you with electrical questions. Yeah, boat questions, I don't have a clue. Car questions, I have even less of a clue. But electrical questions, I'm your man. I know how to change the oil in vehicles. Speaking of which, I got to change the oil in my truck. But yeah, anything longer than that, I really don't have a whole heck of a lot of a clue. Oh goodness. Oh, I got that upside down. Okay. So that goes like that. There we go. Ha ha ha. I'm sure you guys would love it if you'd be able to see this, but you can't. Ha ha. Then we got a couple signs on here. So. Oh, come on. You lined up so well. There. Put that stuff right there. Oh yeah, Dan, what are your plans for what do you guys got going for Easter? I guess, do you have any plans? You got some family you're planning to go see, or trips you're planning on taking? Nice. Oh. Well, it's kind of the unfortunate thing when, kids start to grow up and they got their own places. Normally we've got a couple places to go, but we've kind of started to adopt the mindset that if you're not going to invite us, then we're just not going to show up, because we're kind of tired of being the ones to initiate, and it makes you sound a little bit greedy if you're like, oh yeah, so what are we doing for Easter, even though no one said anything to us. But yeah, because we've got my family, and then we've got my wife's family to go and do Easter with. But we're kind of at the point where we don't get asked anymore. Like, oh yeah, hey, do you guys want to come over for Easter dinner? It's like nobody tells us the plans, and then the day of we kind of get like well, hey, where are you at? Why aren't you over here? And it's like nobody decided to tell us what we're doing. So my family's very good about that, of like letting us know very well ahead of time. And thankfully my family's also very they're very understandable when it comes to things like that, of like, oh, well, we can't make it, we've got this planned, or this family invited us over, and they're like, it's no worries, we'll there's always next time. So I guess I could turn this time so you guys can see the front half of it. But yeah, especially with us about to have a child, we're really going to be picky and choosy about where we go for stuff, because we had 5 Christmases to go to last year, and yeah, that was overwhelming without having a baby. And so my wife this year was like, yeah, we're gonna start limiting where we're going to, and because as of right now, if there's people that have like plans on the same day, because last year for like Christmas and Thanksgiving, my family and my wife's family, they kind of plan things on the same day, because obviously they're not having the same they don't have the same schedules, and they don't have the same people. So it's one of those things of like, oh yeah, we'll we'll stop by this place in the morning and we'll hang out there, and then for lunch we'll go over here, and then we'll just come home for dinner and we'll just sit and die on the couch because we've eaten too much. But we kind of decided that we'll just do we're just gonna swap every year. That if somebody's got something going at the same time as somebody else, and we're like, oh, we're just gonna swap every year, and so one year we'll go to my family's, and the next year we'll go to her family's, and yeah. Oh no, I was right. There are 2 different colored ones there. Huh. And then this goes here. Beautiful. The gift shop. So this goes on the front of here. There we go. I got the little gift shop logo on there. Oh, I gotta turn it back around again. Where are those pieces at? Oh, there was more to go on there. Okay, well that explains that. Beep. One right there, the other right there. I don't know. The whole... I used to think, like, man, I could do this forever. Like, I could just keep going over to people's houses and hanging out, and then, you get older and you're like, yeah, never mind. Like, I just want to go home and I want to sit, and I just don't want to do anything anymore. Maybe play, like, a board game or something, keep myself entertained, but, yeah, it's... Once you get a little bit older, it gets to be a lot. All right. I don't know. I'm hoping that having Ezra is going to really help to motivate me, because I want to... There's a lot of things that I want to do. I want to do more reading. I want to work out. I want to do a whole bunch of stuff. And I mean, obviously it's not all going to happen, but I'm really hopeful that maybe it'll help me get some motivation to be like, I want my son to be healthy. I want him to be active, and I want him to do all this stuff. So, it's good to start with me and set a good example. So, it's one of those things that you really, in your head it sounds good because you're like, oh yeah, no, I want to do this and this and this, and then it just kind of turns into, this is a bit much. But I don't know. I kind of want to step away from gaming a little bit. Not completely. Probably just cut my time down. Because obviously, I want to spend more time with my son and my wife. So I probably won't play as many games. I don't know how streaming is going to work and all that stuff, but eventually we'll figure it out. I think this is the other side of the roof. Yeah, the last time that I got it, and it actually, to be honest, I've really been wanting to do treadmill, just walks on treadmill, and the whole reason that I got a brand new desk set up, and I got a whole bunch of stuff when I that my new desk. And one of the big reasons that I got the desk that I did is because of the stand-up desk, and I wanted to that needs to go up one more, I think. I wanted to kind of, as I was working, I don't want to sit all day. I want to do a little bit of walking. And so I bought a sit flat treadmill for underneath the desk. And so I was really hoping that would motivate me. The problem is it probably will if I have it there. I just haven't moved it up. It's also very noisy. Like obviously it's a treadmill. It's going to make some noise, but the actual like startup of it gives off a really loud beeping noise. And so I gotta figure out how to take the speaker out of that thing so it just doesn't deafen everybody. Especially with having a baby, I don't want to wake him up to, as I'm walking on a treadmill, I don't want to wake him up because I'm making too much noise. But that's kind of my plan. I don't plan on overdoing it, obviously. But yeah, I've got an idea of what I want to do, an idea of how to do it, but it's just getting that start, and I think it'll kick off well if I actually get it up into the house where I need it to be. So, because like even just this, like talking a lot, I get. It's not that I'm like winded or anything. It's just it's a lot. But that's the bad thing is I do talk a lot, so that's one of my issues. I talk a lot during gaming, and it doesn't like talking a lot during gaming doesn't really bother me all that much. I don't know why talking a lot right now is bothering me all that much, but no, just stuff I got to work out. My physical health is. I have been neglecting my physical health for a very long time, and I need to not do that. Because I want to be around for a very long time to see my son grow up and succeed in life, and I really don't want to have to do that from, a wheelchair or a hospital bed. Yeah. I know, it's looking good, isn't it, Aaron? I'm working on the back part of the roof. I was wondering when you'd get here. How's it look, by the way? Is the video better? It's not as jittery and frame skippy this time, hopefully. Yeah, that would be, that's going to be what I'm working on for probably the 2 weeks that I'm off. I'm really going to try and get as much done as I can just to make sure it is something that's very important to me, and I want to make sure that I'm there to take care of him if he needs it. So, but my wife is very capable. She is a wonderful person. We just, we just don't have the best motivation to work out and do this kind of stuff, but things change. I mean, things always change when it comes to having kids and doing things different. That was one of the So one of the things that we said when we started the process for us to be able to have children, we kind of sat down and we kind of looked at each other, and we just said, or I looked at her and I just said, this is gonna change everything about us. This is going to completely change who we are. No matter how many people say like, oh no, kids don't change you, or kids don't change the way you are. They do. They'll either make you better versions of yourself or they'll make you worse versions of yourself, and you're the one that gets to pick which one. And I just told my wife, I was like, are you ready for this big of a change? And we very quickly came to the unanimous agreement that absolutely we're ready for this change, because we've been without children we've been together for about 7 years now. We've been together without children for that long, and it's going to make it. I have the utmost confidence that it's only going to make us better people, because we've kind of just been coasting so far in life. Not that there's anything wrong with not having kids. There's absolutely nothing wrong with not having kids, but we kind of just felt like our lives have been kind of just stuck for a little while. Like we've kind of just been coasting, but we also had the feeling a very long time ago that something was coming, because it was one of those things that the previous house that we lived in was very small, and it would have we would have been able to raise a child there fine. Oh, caught it before it even fell down. Look at that, dad reflexes. Anyway, but yeah, the previous house that we lived in was not. It would have been fine for one child, but it wasn't great. We were in the middle of town. Not that the place that we lived was a very big town, but it wasn't ideal for starting a family and that kind of stuff. But yeah, we ended up getting a bigger house. We had a family member call us and be like, "Hey, do you guys want, or do you guys just want my house, and we'll trade, and I'll go live at your guys' place because I don't need all this room." And we were like, "Absolutely." And so we had a bigger house, and then Alexis's vehicle broke down, and we got a really, really good deal on a brand new vehicle that has like 3 rows of seats for a big family. And we were like, man, we just kind of looked at each other, and we just kind of knew that, hey, we got, like, something big is coming. Like, this is going to be crazy. God's preparing us for something, and it's going to be big. And so that was but you get to a point where you're a little bit skeptical that anything is actually going to happen, because God's time's not your time, and it wears on you a little bit, having family members that have already had kids say like, "Oh yeah, your time is coming, like he's getting you ready for something." It gears on, or it winds on your gears, and it kind of irritates you a little bit, but it's wonderful now, though. It's one of those things that we've never pushed for big changes. We've kind of just come to the understanding that whatever's going to happen, and we're not going to fight it, but we're also not going to get greedy and like, oh yeah, no, we're going to have a huge family, so we need to go out and we need to buy like a 3-story house with all this room and all this stuff. It's just been kind of one of those adventures that we've kind of just sat around idle, and God's kind of just provided everything for us, and it's been wonderful. Have I seriously got this on? How did I do this wrong? There we go. I think that's correct. Ugh. But no, it's one of those crazy things that you kind of look back on everything, and everything kind of just points you to this moment and this time frame, and yeah, it's just a tad bit wild to think of. And then we got the news that Lauren and Ethan were having a baby, and we were like, "Oh, this is exciting." It was a little disappointing that we weren't the first ones to have a baby, but it was still wonderful. We were still super excited, and yeah. And then after that, we got the news that we were having a baby, and so it was very much a surreal moment of, oh my god, this is a crazy amount of things happening at once. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. The really funny part about all this is I was honestly thinking, like, man, I could write a book about everything that happened, because everything happened in 1 year except for us having children. And I was at the point where I was like, man, if God gives us kids this year, like, I could just write a book called The Miracle Year, and then I could tell all the stuff about this and do all that, and like just write down and detail everything. And then yeah, it was another year before we had a baby, because the getting the new house happened in the same year as getting the new car. As you know, a lot of big things that happened at once, and they were definitely getting us ready for having a baby. And then God decided that he was gonna make fools out of us by making us wait another year, because that was the whole thing. Was my wife and I came to an agreement. We were like, yeah, if we don't have a baby within the like before we're 30, then we'll just adopt. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't have any issues with that. We'll just adopt. And we just told each other, like, hey, there's no, like, this is our plan, and if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen, or if it does happen, then that's fantastic. But yeah, God kind of played us for fools. A month before I turned 30, he was like, hey, guess what? You're going to have a baby. So, he has a very good sense of humor. I'll tell you that much. But we should all know that he has a good sense of humor. Just look at turkeys. You can't make those creatures without a sense of humor. Yeah, we're coming on the home stretch of this thing. Coming on the home stretch, and it's almost 9 o'clock. We might get to some other Lego builds tonight. Who knows? How's the boat part shopping coming along, Dan? Or the boat fixing? Okay, so that's not supposed to be folded all the way down there. I think that's as far as that's supposed to go. And then we build the umbrella. Ella. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, man, the best part about Ezra being born at this time in April? The new TFT set comes out on the 15th, and I'm going to have a full 2 weeks off, and I can play it on my phone. Obviously not going to be the main focus of my vacation, but if I do have time on, or if I do have the time... If I have the time, I will more than happily jump on and... 4-2. That's 4-3. Where's my... Actually, where's 4-1? 4-2, 4-3. 3-2, 3-1. Oh, 4-1. Yeah, I already opened 4-1. I've been watching some people play on PBE, Dan. Super exciting. Super excited for the new season. I think it will be so much fun. I don't know. I've been on Twitter a lot, and it's been like, I don't know, constant complaining out of like the professional scene of like, oh my goodness, I can't believe they took away carousels, and blah 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 blah, blah. Like people just kind of whinging on about all the things that they take away. Like, you know, they don't make changes every season. You know, whether or not the carousel change is good or not, I don't know, but I'm also not gonna whine and complain about it because, I mean, they're trying something new. If you all you do about the season or about all these TFT seasons is you just consistently complain about whatever they change, then go play a game that never changes. Go play a game that doesn't update. Because like they're not gonna, if all you do is complain about playing the game that you say that you really enjoy playing, then you know, if they don't change anything, then no one's gonna play the game anymore. Like the whole reason that people come to play is because it's a constantly changing environment. Granted, I don't like all the changes that they make. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I'm gonna hate every change that they made this season. I'm not gonna say I like it either. But you know, it's one of those things that every season, you know, after a little while they get stale. But that's just the nature of the game. You play a game enough. Like the only real thing that we constantly play for, that you and I, Dan, play for, is the ranked ladder. And even then, like I know where I top out at, and most of the time it's plat. But I mean, you're a lot better at TFT than I am, because you're able to get to. You made it to diamond this year, didn't you? Or this season? I can't remember if you made it to diamond or emerald. I think you made it to emerald. Now that I think about it. Yeah. I don't know. I just got kind of. It's one of those things you get kind of. It just gets kind of old after a little bit. I would argue that you're better. I mean, yeah, if I would have played more, I probably could have made it to emerald, but like I think if I actually tried to get to emerald, I may have had to do like the Brandon route where I looked up some comps or something. Cuz that honestly, it's kind of annoying to me that higher up in the game you just play the same comps over and over again to get higher ranks. Like if you want to get to a high rank, you have to play the same comp. Not to say that you did it that way, but I always enjoy making my own comps. I always love going into things and finding my own way to look at them. And so like getting higher up in the ranked ladder is honestly just a lot of playing the top tier comps. And that just bothers me because, you know, it's a game about, it's like an auto chess, or it's supposed to be an auto chess game where you pick a comp, you play it, and then you make changes to it. You don't, the same cookie cutter comp, I get it, it's strong, and I'm sure that it's a wonderful thing to climb with, but that takes the fun out of it. Like, and I know you don't do this because whenever we played TFT, like you always just had better comps. Like you knew what to play. you knew what to do. But like a lot of the, I couldn't tell you. I think it was like 2 or 3 seasons ago how many times I would go into the game and it would just be the exact same teams that I'd play against. Everyone was fighting. I think it was one of the comps where like Morgana was in, like as a 1 cost, and it was like every single person in the game either was fighting for the Morgana comp or the such and such comp, and it was just it got less fun. I think it was the other Runeterra build, the first Runeterra one. Yeah, being flexible is very important. But like I said, it's just the people that hard forced comps were like hard forced comps that you look up on Mobalytics and you do, or they do well, that kind of stuff. And I don't enjoy playing that way. I used to play that way. That was actually how I got to, like, when I used to play, that was how I got to plat all the time, or how I got like to gold and that kind of stuff. The only reason I actually made it to plat, or I've been making it to plat, is actually because of the competitive edge of like competing against a buddy of like, oh yeah, no, I've been, I got to Emerald. Oh well, I'll get there here in a little bit. And then playing games like that, I think that is honestly probably the most fun way of doing it. Having somebody to do competition with, like, obviously League's a bit different because because you're on a team, and like so playing League with Matt is like super fun because, Matt's a very good jungler and I'm very good at most positions that I play, so it just makes it so much easier to, and it's like I said, it's a completely different dynamic for those, but that wasn't supposed to go down all the way. But no, like TFT is one of those things, like competing against a buddy is so much more fun than just playing by yourself. Ugh. All right. That wasn't a separate brick. There we go. All right. Let's see, there's that. I need a little piece right there. But yeah, it was probably I probably could have got to Emerald with you. And it's one of those things we probably could have, like, if we would have done that, I probably would have kept playing. If we would have wanted to get to, like, I don't know, if we want to get to like Diamond or something, I honestly would really enjoy doing the, like if we could figure out how to do the solo tournaments, like if we got to high enough rank, I think that would be super fun, just to play for some professional TFT, because that you actually don't have to go anywhere for that. You can do that. It's not like a team-based one where you have to travel somewhere and then sit in the middle of a crowd to play an electronic game. But like, just sit at your place, hang out, and just have fun. Do a competition, if you win, great. If you lose, well, hey, I made it farther than most people. I don't know. I feel like when that's one of the things I really hope to do when I have Ezra is I want to teach him. I want to very much teach him the right way to play games. I don't know when I'm going to have him start playing games, or when I'm going to allow him to start playing games. It might just be like, because my dad, I think my dad had a really good approach, which was just, he kind of just let me play games when I was old enough to understand how to actually open them on the computer. Other than that, like I always enjoyed when my dad would play computer games. Like, one of the reasons why I really got into the old Anno games, like 1602, 1504, that kind of stuff, a lot of it was because of my dad, because he had because he was just good at games, and he loved strategy games, and it was one of those things where I'd always just kind of sit on his lap while he was playing games on the computer, and I'd ask him questions, and he'd sit there and answer them, and I'm sure at certain points I got annoying, and oh, you should go attack that guy. Oh, well, why would I attack that guy? Well, because he's got more, or he's got property, and you should take it. But like, learning to play games and stuff is such a fun thing to do, and especially if you can, like, if I could teach my son how to play TFT well, like, oh man, if like professional video games and esports and that kind of stuff was big when I was in like high school, I honestly think I probably could have made it to a professional team, or like played in a professional capacity. I just didn't. I mean, there was nothing like that when I was growing up. So there really was no way of me doing that. By the way, it's Waddles the pig. He's very hard to see on camera. The Waddles the pig from Gravity Falls. He's got to stand on the porch somewhere, I think. I don't even know that he can stand on the porch. He's got kind of the leg shape like he should. I don't know. And that's the fun thing, is you never know what kids are going to grow up to do. If it would have been a thing, I probably would have tried to be an esports player if it was a bit bigger when I was in college. If it would have been a thing, I would have tried. But it was a little bit past my time, unfortunately. But you never know what people are capable of. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. Can't be yawning. It's only like 9:30. I think. Nope, it's not even 9:30. It's 9:10. Can't be yawning like that already. That's how that snaps in. But, like I said, it's one of those things. I just enjoy, the biggest thing is I enjoy playing casual games. Loading up. As much as League is not a casual game, don't get me wrong, that game is not casual in the slightest. Let's see, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I just enjoy getting online and hanging out with buddies and just playing games. Yeah. I know, Lauren. You missed the whole beginning part. I had to retake off the floor for one of the parts, unfortunately, because I messed up. So I had to rebuild a little bit right off the bat, but you got here just in time to see the finishing build. The building is pretty much put together, and I'll grab the phone and I'll try and do an inside tour and hopefully not screw the camera up like I did last time. But we'll give her a shot. Oh yeah, I do have your Lego sets, by the way. I may build those this stream, depending on how quick I can get through. I've got the donut truck I got to build, so we'll see how fast I can get through that. But no, Dan, I 100% agree. The only way that I can play ranked League is if I just mute everybody and I don't pay them any mind whatsoever. Like I just enjoy, you know, hanging out with friends, playing with friends, casual gameplay. You know, that's why I honestly love that they've just made Mayhem a permanent fixture in a permanent fixture for League. The one game mode that I do miss, actually, that they're bringing back as well. I did hear this from one of the devlogs that they're gonna try and bring back Twisted Tree Line, which I think was before your guys' time playing League. It was the 3v3 game mode. So if we have just 3 people on, like you, me, and Dylan, or you, me, and Brandon, like we'd actually be able to play a 3v3 game mode, which would be super fun if they did bring it back, and I'm hopeful they will. But no, like and that's also one of the things. Like ranked League, probably not I definitely would not be like, oh man, Ezra, you've got to play League of Legends. Like, this is the greatest game ever. I am going to tell him 100%, do not play this game unless you really, really want to, because, oh boy, it is a rough game, and it is not for the weak-hearted. But yeah, he definitely won't be playing that until he's very, very much older. Let's see. But no, like I will happily let him play games like Teamfight Tactics and that kind of stuff. You know, even the funny thing is, even Alexis, she used to play Teamfight Tactics. She also plays Minecraft, but yeah, it was so much fun to play. Because that was one of the big ones when I first started playing League. I had some buddies that we just played Twisted Tree Line, and it was so much fun because it was just there was like a ranked ladder. It was kind of funny. It was a lot like ARAM, where there was like a ranked ladder and you do, you know, that kind of stuff. But it wasn't serious. Like there was no pro scene for Twisted Tree Line. It was just you just played and it was fun. You know, just like Mayhem. And Mayhem is just the greatest game mode that they've come out with in a long time. And as long as they keep updating it and making more, putting more special things in, I am all for it staying around. But yeah, I'm really hoping that they bring it back at some point. That way we can just load it up and play it sometime. I was gonna ask you, Lauren, what's Ethan's plans for Ren? Is he gonna make her into like a, you know, professional gamer? Is he? Or is he gonna? Or is she gonna play, you know, games with her uncle like Played Up and, oh, what's the other game that we like playing? Played Up, Overcooked, that kind of stuff. But no, that was also one of the things that me and Alexis had a discussion on was, you know, how video games would work and that kind of stuff. And I told her that we'll do some, like, I really want board games to be an important part, because, you know, video games are one thing, but playing board games with your family is just a super fun thing to do. So that's going to be one of the things that we kind of focus on, is playing board games, because you obviously to play board games you got to read, you got to be able to write, sometimes do math, that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, reading's important. Good sportsmanship is very important. Oh, it's just showing you that how to take stuff apart. All right. There we go. There is. I don't even know that Aaron is still here to see that it is all fully built. But we got it. This is all done. The Mystery Shack is complete with like a bajillion extra parts sitting over here on the side, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so we can do, so they've got the little signpost, Bill Cipher, the totem pole, Waddles, the pig. He's a little hard to see, but I showed him to the camera earlier. And then we've got the Mystery Shack itself. So we've actually got some stuff that we can take apart too. So there's pins in the side here that you can take out for taking the back panel off, and it's got the chair and umbrella in it, so you can just sit and so they can sit on the roof. Let me see if I can get the phone out and do it well enough that it doesn't freak out and quit on us. Otherwise, this may be a very... There we go. Okay, so we got the bedroom with an alarm clock and a teddy bear in there. It's a little off center, I think. It's a little out of focus, but that's okay. Desk and chair with, I think, a newspaper in there, something like that. Yep. And then the bottom door, or the bottom wall, actually opens up, and it's got the little TV. It's a little hard to see because it's so dark in there, but you got the table where they eat all their stuff at. Let me see if I can get a good zoom in. You got the chair, and then back in the entryway there, they've got all the food making stuff. So there we go. And then that just kind of closes up like that. And then you can put the pins back in and make it into a full house again. All right. Now I gotta adjust the camera again so it's actually sitting straight and not cockeyed. There we go. But yeah. There's one pin. And there's two pins. There we go. So yeah, there is the Mystery Shack in all of its glory. Oh, I can't believe Erin missed it. She might still be here. I'm not entirely sure. But the giant booklet that is the Mystery Shack. The Mystery Shack instructions. Put it back on my shelf of many, many instructional things. Oh, beautiful. We'll just set that off to the side over here where all of its spare parts live. I really do like the Waddles the pig. I want to say I have like some more animal mini like Lego figures, but I don't know where they're at. I think they're in one of these bins. It's not like I've got like a bajillion of them. Oh yeah, it is. The pig's in here. So I got a bunch of these little bin things to hold all my Legos that my parents got me. And so I got a crocodile. Obviously, a little difficult to see from way back here, but I could probably just move the camera closer. It's on its own pedestal, but I could probably just take it, bring it a little closer so you can see easier. But yeah, we got a little crocodile whose mouth opens. This thing's super old, by the way. I don't even remember where I got it from. I have a Shork whose mouth also opens. He's got little beady eyes. He's super fun. So I got also a couple of different dogs. Actually, I've got 3 different dogs in here, and then I've got 2 other ones as well. So we got a Dalmatian dog, which goes with the other Dalmatian figure. Or I have the Dalmatian minifig. I got a German Shepherd one, a little bit of a black face. And then this is an old, kind of just generic police dog that came with one of the sets that I used to have, or one of the old sets that I had. And then, so this is So this orange one is the actual Lego brand pig. It's got its eyes and everything. And then this is the Waddles the pig, which is just a pink. It doesn't have eyes, which is really weird. But I mean, they look like they're molded the same. It looks like they're pretty similar. I mean, you look at them side by side. If one of them didn't have the Lego logo on the inside, you wouldn't know it. But yeah, then I got a whole bunch of birds. Oh yeah, I've got like a lobster too. I got a lot of animals. They're just kind of fun. I got like a fishing pole and chains, and I got an old. So I really want to look up and see if this part is actually, because there's people will pay a lot of money for some Lego parts. I have an old video camera from the Johnny Thunder Adventures Lego sets. So it's like the old style film camera. And it's got like the film on the top of it. But on the inside of it, it's got a little space for like a little 1x2 brick. And on the inside of it is a little Johnny Thunder kind of videotape thing. Kind of like the film, or kind of like it's a film. So I don't know. I got a lot of ideas for some videos coming up that I might just use those parts for. Mostly because I have like a ton of them. I've also got old Hagrid's hair, which is a really weird thing to say, but it's the very old Hagrid. Got a lot of boom boxes as well. Clone Trooper heads, plates. Yeah, maybe I'll make a fishing. Maybe I'll make a fishing thing for Dan. I do have a boat, actually. Speaking of which, it's gigantic. And it's just the base, and it's super dusty and old. But it's this. It's a giant, like, boat base plate, basically. Yeah, I got a couple of boats, actually. I've got this one. And then I've got some smaller boats that are just kind of, they're kind of like the lifeboats. I think I've got like 4 of these actually. I just don't know where all of them are at. But I've got like, so I've got the big boat, which used to be this used to be like a fire boat, which was super cool. And I need to rebuild it. I do have all the parts for it. I just haven't rebuilt it. And then I've got little lifeboats. I got 2 of these in gray, and then I've got a whole bunch of these. I think I got a couple different colors. But I have to find them all again. I guess I can show these behind the scenes too. I got the Krusty Krab. I had the old Krusty Krab set, and I took it all apart like an idiot when I was younger. And so I need to find it and rebuild it again. But that's a sortation job for another day. I'm not going to look through all that stuff. Especially when we got some more stuff we can build. The one other thing that I wanted to show as well, though, is when I was growing up, I had a lot of fun with the Lego Power Miners. And one of the things that Ethan, my brother-in-law, wants to build on our Minecraft realm is the Power Miners, like some of their equipment and stuff. I have the old, like, rock monsters. Like, these guys could open their mouths, and they had energy crystals and stuff with them. So there's, like, the magma one, and then there's just this red one that, and I used to have, let me see if I can get it in front of my face so it'll actually focus. But, yeah, all their mouths open and stuff. So they're really cool. And then I've got, like, Pepper's skateboard from Lego Island, and a whole bunch of miscellaneous parts. I got a Jazzercise instructor. That was a weird one. Looks like her face has been chewed by a dog. Probably one of my dogs. Oh well. We'll look at those all some other time. Maybe. I'll probably show them in a video eventually. But I don't know. I got so much stuff. I could probably do a Lego short on just all the random junk that I have acquired over the years from Lego. It's one of those things too. I enjoyed doing the I don't know how much you're going to be able to hear me back here. Hopefully a bit anyway. Oh yeah, I do have a couple. I do have a couple of pickup trucks with four wheelers on the back of them that I could that are super fun, and I really enjoy those. But I could probably just do a bunch of Lego shorts or a bunch of YouTube shorts doing just the Lego stuff, the old Legos that I have, and kind of showing it off and being like, oh, if you have this, congratulations, you're old. But I don't know if people would enjoy being called old by somebody who's 30 playing with Legos still. Well, I definitely don't think I definitely don't have time to put together the castle ones. Those are a bit too big, but we can put together the donut truck. I'm good with that. I think that's a good set to end on. Oh, this is a paper bag one. I think me and my brother-in-law were talking about this a while ago. It's very rare that I've ever gotten anything or I've ever done any Lego sets that have like the paper bags. Rarely ever have I used these, or have I gotten anything that I use these on. They're just a bit odd. I don't think I've ever used the paper bags. But we'll start. We'll do the donut truck. Because eventually I want to do a Lego to Minecraft video with these, with the food trucks. And the thing I want to do is I want to make, show off all the Lego food trucks. And be like, oh yeah, so there's like a donut truck and a slushy truck and a fry truck and a pizza truck and all that stuff. And then like make Minecraft food trucks where it's like a pumpkin pie truck and a cake truck, and because obviously you don't get you know what I mean. So it's one of those things. I think it'd be a really cool video to do. I think it'd be really fun. I just have to build the actual trucks for it, and then come up with the ideas for what foods to do to actually make the food trucks in Minecraft. Build it your way. I don't want to load the dub app. I want to build it on here. Because that's what I have. It was one of those things, there was like a scare a while ago with oh yeah, we could do a cookie truck. Lauren, I'll need you for some ideas for this, or for some Minecraft food trucks. At least food wise. I mean, if you want to help build some of the food trucks too, I mean, that would be fantastic. The plan for that is that I'm just going to build the big trucks. Man, I really need something to drink. I've been talking too much. My throat's getting a little scratchy. But one of the things that I want to do is kind of just build the base and then have some people like give me suggestions on it. And obviously, I don't have the fan base for that, like to put out a poll and be like, "Oh, what do you guys think of food? Like what Minecraft food would you like to see at a food truck type thing?" I wish I had the audience for it. I wish I would get the responses for it, but unfortunately, that's not how this works. Oh my goodness. I can't tell you, like, this is so nice. The actual Legos are so they go together so nice, and I'm so thankful. Because that thing that I just put together for the Mystery Shack, oh my god, putting every brick together was a fight, and it was fun, but it was, man, a lot. So but no, a cookie truck is a fantastic idea. That is 100% one of the ones that I will make. I know you would respond, and I appreciate that you would respond, but I don't think I'd get all that many responses. That's the thing. I might put it out anyway, because like I said, this is going to be my last Lego stream. And then next Wednesday is going to be my last stream for a while, because Ezra's going to be here, and I don't want to take away from time with my wife, and I don't want to step away from my son, because he's amazing. He isn't even here yet, and he's already like the most amazing thing that ever happened to me. So, but I'm yeah. So this will be the last Lego stream. And I'll probably just put polls out. The one thing I want to do while I'm on my hiatus from streaming is I want to do my I want to focus on videos a little bit. I've kind of been neglecting them, and obviously that's not something that's good for a growing YouTube channel. So it's just something that I need to do. But I don't know. I've got all the video ideas. I know a lot of the videos that I want to make, and I have all of those ideas in my head and what I want to do. It's just going to be, you know, find it. Obviously, if I'm not streaming every other night of the week, it's going to be easier for me to do like filming and that kind of stuff. But it's also going to depend on, you know, schedule wise with Ezra and Alexis. I don't want to leave them hanging for, you know, me to just make YouTube videos and that kind of stuff. So I honestly think it'll be a little bit easier for me. Like live streaming is fun. Do not get me wrong, and do not take my words for do not take me for not enjoying this. I absolutely love streaming. This is so fun. It's been so fun, and it's been so wonderful, and I'm so grateful for everybody that's come and watched and enjoyed the streams, because I am most thankful for all of that. But I can't get a lot done in the week. Not that I do a whole lot anyway, but it's one of those things that, you know, you get tied up, and then you want to do something, because like one of the projects that I've wanted to work on for the longest time is I bought my dad a pinball machine a long time ago, and I'm not able to fix old pinball technology. I wanted to, but I couldn't. And so I've got a pinball machine out in my garage, and I've been slowly, with every like Amazon order that Alexis has been doing, I've been slowly adding the parts in. And I think I'm at a good point where I can actually start working on it. But the problem is I haven't had the time, because I've been streaming a lot, or I've been streaming every other day. So that might be one of the things that I work on, and I could obviously work on it while I'm streaming, but a lot of it's just going to be like just faffing around, because I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know how to fix a pinball machine, but obviously that's something that I would work on and learn, and we can learn together as a community. But I don't know. We'll see. I still got a lot of parts to get for it, for my idea for what I need. I may very, very quickly figure out that it's really not something that I have any idea what to do, and give up on the project. But I've had this thing for almost, oh god, I've had it for almost 13 years. 13, 14 years. And I still haven't done, the only thing that I've done with it I tore it apart this year and got a lot of the old technology off the boards and everything. But I haven't done anything else with it this year yet, other than just order new parts for what I think I need. And, you know, I am an electrical engineer, so I know part of what goes on with like how the wiring works and all that stuff. Some of it's just going to be programming. Like programming is not my strong suit. I did take a couple courses on it in college, so it probably wouldn't take me too long to actually just figure out what I need to do, or, you know, get the stuff figured out. But at the same time, I don't know how much of screwing around with that I want to do on stream. And maybe that'd be something that, I mean, you guys might enjoy, is watching me struggle to figure out how to program a pinball machine or build a pinball machine. But I don't know. There's a lot of things that are just up in the air right now. And I'm not going to get too ahead of myself with, like, oh yeah, I'm going to live stream this and I'm going to live stream that. I don't know how quickly I'm going to come back to doing live streams. If To be honest, if I just kind of don't get the bug to live stream anymore, the one thing that I do want to say is that there are a lot of things that I'm excited for that are coming that I would easily love to live stream. The new Lego Batman game that's coming out in like April. I think it's either April or May. Oh my goodness, I would love to stream that game because it sounds like it's going to be so good and it sounds like it's going to be so much fun. There's a YouTuber that I watch that all of his videos are about the Lego games, and his channel's name is Rugged Eagle, and it's super fun. He just does like I said, he does a lot of videos on Lego games, and he talks about them a lot and does a bunch of stuff with them, and it's super fun to watch. And he's very informative. He does a lot of like, oh, these are my favorite Lego figures, or these are the most expensive Lego figures in all Lego games, and that kind of stuff. Which it's fun. I mean, they're entertaining videos. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's Australian. Oh my god, I don't know where he's from, but man, his accent is thick. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure what country he is from, but you can tell it's not America because he has like the thickest. I really want to say it's Australian accent, and I could be wrong, but it's just it's so fun because he makes a lot of jokes in his videos, and some of them catch really good, and some of them don't. But it's just like a lot of the jokes are just accentuated by his accent because he has to kind of like slow everything down to make them. It's super fun. Man, oh man. I really need something to drink though. Holy smokes. Like I'm gonna lose my voice tomorrow if I keep going on like this. But blech. But it's fine. I think these just go snapping in like that. There we go. There's the food truck. Very quickly. A wonderful little food truck. It's got like little donut glazes on the side of the truck. It's hard to get this thing to focus because it really wants to focus on my face. Yeah, there's the food truck and the food delivery guy that goes with it. Wonderful. Actually, I'm going to put him off to this side. He can block some of the spare parts. Yeah, but I think we'll do, I don't know, maybe we'll do one more of the food trucks after I get this part done. We'll see where we stand, time-wise. And we'll go from there if we want to keep going on, if we want to build one more or if we want to call her there. But Lauren, how's Ethan and Ren doing tonight? If you're still here. Hope you guys are doing good. I know Ethan's been playing a lot of Fortnite lately. Oh, you're here too, Ethan. Nice. Welcome. I don't know if you were here for the conversation that the conversation that Lauren responded to earlier, Ethan, but if I were to make Minecraft food trucks or like make a video about like Minecraft food trucks, what food from Minecraft do you think you'd want me to have on there? Oh, well, good. I'm glad she had a good time. Did you guys just go to Jason's church for the Good Friday service? I don't know where this cop's hair went. Oh, there it is. Oh, nice. Yep, pumpkin pie. That was my initial thought. Oh, well. I mean, hey, at least it was at the end and not the beginning. Gotcha. Gotcha. I kind of figured you'd been on Minecraft or you'd been on Minecraft. Have you gotten any farther on the Power Miners machine that you're making? But I'm glad Ren did good. I'm glad that it sounds like she had a good time. So. But yeah, no, pumpkin pie was my first thought because of, you know, my base and the affiliation that I have with pumpkin pies. Lauren suggested a cookie truck, which I am 100% on board with. The other one that I thought of was a cake truck, because, you know, what's Minecraft without the big cakes? But I wasn't sure if there was, like, you know, maybe, like, just veggie trucks. Or, like, one truck that just serves a bunch of vegetables. Like, carrots and pumpkins and all that stuff. Yeah, could do that. That was kind of what I was thinking too. Make the insides of them like personable to the truck. So like, I mean, cookies would be a little interesting because you have to do cocoa beans, but like, kind of put a farm in each truck and use those for, you know, so you can. Obviously, as you go around your Minecraft world in your food truck, that you have to build every single time that you put it in there. You know, you could have your own personal little. Oh. You'd have your own personal little food truck or your little farm to supply your food truck with. Let's see. So that goes there. Yeah, that's kind of how mine thing has been working. Or my Minecraft binging has been. Because at first I was like, man, I really want to make, or I was working on my a sugarcane farm for harvesting more sugarcane quickly, and then it turned into, oh well, I need honey because you gave me the idea of using honey blocks for the retrieval or for one of the flying machines, and so I was like, after a little bit, I was like, man, this is so slow at making honey. Maybe I should just make honey. Maybe I should just make that honey farm that I really want to in the Nether. So I did, and then once I made that. That was when I started working back on I worked on the sugarcane farm again. And then, yeah, it's just slowly divulged into that. Like every time that it's one of those things, and it doesn't matter who you are, you start to make, or you start on a project and you're like, yep, this is what I'm going to work on. And then it turns into, well, you know, it'd be a lot more convenient to work on this if I had this farm. So I'm just going to swap to this farm. I really want to make this farm instead now. No, so the reason why, well, technically yes. The reason why I make a honey farm in the Nether is because in the overworld, if it's nighttime, bees go to sleep and they don't make honey. So if you're on a place, or if you're in a place where they don't, you know, go to bed, or somebody doesn't go to bed all the time, then there's certain times in the day where they don't make honey. It's kind of like villagers. Villager trading halls are very nice in the Nether because they don't sleep, or like farms and that kind of stuff. villagers, things don't sleep in the nether. So that's why I build like, obviously my frog light farm has to be in the nether because it uses frogs and magma cubes, which only spawn in the nether. But yeah, bee farm, I normally build honey farms in the nether just because bees don't sleep and they don't stop producing honey at night. So if I need to, I can always like AFK at night, or like if I'm at work and I have it on my phone, I can just have my phone AFKing at the honey farm, and then I don't have to worry about it. And I can just AFK in the nether, and they'll continue to produce honey, no matter what. But that's the only reason why I build a lot of stuff in the nether. I don't really... There's no real other rhyme or reason to it. A lot of the time it's just finding a big open area for... Because obviously, like, nether warts don't really matter. But, like, piglin trading halls, they have to be in the nether. And... yeah, so... A lot of the stuff just has to be built in the nether for those reasons. But I don't mind because I've got a whole bastion hollowed out for doing just such things. Which took a while, and I actually almost died the last time I was on because of that. Because I think I had to go talk to Alexis about something, and so I left. I had to let the dogs out. I was sitting in a mine cart because I have a mine cart going back and forth from my I have a mine cart going back and forth between my portal area and the Froglight farm. And so as I was on my way there, I just kind of got up and left because I was in a mine cart and I thought everything was fine. And I got back and I was on like 2 hearts, and I had fallen down a long ways into the into my Froglight farm because there were piglins that were attacking me while I was in the minecart, and they broke the minecart and pushed me down the side of the building. So yeah, that was fun. Man, they printed like some of these instructions are really weird because the so like for the donut truck, it shows that this long brick that I have is supposed to be pink, but then on the next page it shows it's yellow. So maybe their printer messed up on ink or something. I don't know. It's very weird. Very odd. Oh. Have those on there first. That on top. And then I think... oh, I'm going to have this and then spread out some little donut sprinklies on the top of the truck. I don't know how I get so much dog hair down here. The girls are like rarely even down in the basement, and I still get tons of dog hair down here. It's honestly impressive. And there's a lot of time I don't even think I track that much hair down here with me. But obviously I must. At some point. There we go. Got the big wheel of the donut done. Oh, is that not supposed to go in the center? No, there's one in the center. So this just... it just sits on there, I guess. Oh, okay. Now we get to build the pink part of the donut. But yeah, I hope everything looks a bit better for the stream. I hope it sounds a little bit better. I turned my microphone down because it was peaking a lot during the last stream. So I'm just kind of hopeful that it sounds a bit better. And there we go. Maybe. Come on. Get on there. Ah, there we go. Is there anything else I needed to connect that up with, or is that it? I feel like it's a lot of... I always feel like it's a lot of extra pieces, but I know they pack a lot in with the with these smaller builds, just because they're meant for a younger audience. But man, oh man, like, this is a cool one. Look at that donut on top. Boom, pink donut, backside, and then they got serving window on the back, or empty window on the back, serving window in the front, and wabam, donut food truck with a complete with a police officer to buy the donuts with her obvious, you know, police officer paycheck of $100 cash. Here we go. $100 cash from this police officer. But yeah, there we go. There's the donut truck all done. We got the matching fry truck as well. That's one of the things. I think I'm going to do as many food trucks as there are, or as many Minecraft food trucks as there is actual, like, Lego food trucks, which would be, I think, 6 at this point. Because there's also the burger truck. Oh. And the pizza wagon. Complete with Italian guy with mustache and fry and pizza. So. But yeah, so there's 4, and then the only 2 other ones, other than all the 4 of these, which I now own, is the 2 that I can't buy because they're retired. And if I did buy them, I'd have to pay extra. So my brother-in-law and sister have graciously let me borrow them for the time being. But yeah, so one of the things that I want to do with all of the Minecraft food trucks is so all of these food trucks, except for the pizza one, I don't think comes apart, but the wings like have open flaps, is all of these trucks are built the same, so you can just swap out. I mean, obviously, I think the burger truck is a little bit smaller because the burger is a little bit tinier, but like you can swap out the different trucks to have the different shops on them. So like you could put the burger the donut truck on the fry, or the donut shop on the fry truck, or you can keep it on the right one. You can change out the fry for the burger, either any one of the. I think the fry truck is or the burger truck is the only one that's not all that compatible, because it's such an odd food truck. But you know, being the construction worker that I was, you know, food trucks are a very, very near and dear to my heart. Because, you know, what else shows up to give you food on a job site other than a food truck? So, it's 5 to 10 where I am, and so thusly, we could end it there, but I might do one of the other food trucks. Lauren, Ethan, either one of you, give me one of the food trucks that you guys gave me. I think it's the ice cream. I think it's ice cream or. It looks like ice cream, or like an ice cream or popsicle truck, or the slushy truck. Which one do you guys want me to do? Quick, type in chat. Quick. I'll put that one together. All right, Lauren said slushy. So we're doing the slushy truck. That'll be the last set that we put together on the Lego streams. With Mr. Freezy Penguin on it. And I'll show him off when we get him open. But the Mr. Freezy Penguin. I do appreciate that some of these parts are put together because you guys put these trucks together before. I'll keep the bag together actually. Oh, and the Walmart bag that they came in. Ugh. I'll make sure and keep these. So I'll give them back to you in the same way that they came. But yeah. But everything I was gonna say, the people are still put together. The Mr. Freezy Penguin, he's here. There we go. The camera really does not want me. Really wants to just focus on my face, not the minifigs. Okay. But yeah, we'll get this put together and then probably call that a night from there. Oh my goodness. There's so many parts and it's not small bagged either, so it's going to be a little touch and go. At least for a little bit until we get the pile broken down there. Oh no, that's fine. I mean, to be honest, with these food truck ones, I probably don't need them all taken apart. Just because that's, or I don't need them taken apart all the way. Because I might build one on camera, and then do, I might put one of them together on camera, and then kind of just show off the rest of them in a video. So they don't have to be completely taken apart. And also the main thing, like, also I don't mind if they're not fully taken apart because it just means I can put them together a lot quicker. The main thing is I just love showing these things off. The food trucks are really fun. And they do a really good job with these. Ugh, my goodness. My voice is dying. It's a good thing I don't have to do anything for our Easter service other than serve food. Because my voice is going to be shot by tomorrow. Especially because I didn't bring anything to drink. Oh. That's alright. Once we're done with the stream, I'll go upstairs and make some ice cream. Because Alexis sent me to the store the other day to get her stuff for her cakes, or to make some desserts for her office coworkers for like the last holiday that she's going to be there. And after I was done, I walked through the ice cream aisle and I was like, you know what? I haven't had ice cream in a while. So I picked up a big gallon of, oh, what was it? Cookies and cream ice cream. Or no, chocolate chip cookie dough. That's what it was. Oh my goodness, I love chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. It's so good. But yeah, I picked that up. And then I was like, you know what, Alexis is gonna want ice cream. So I grabbed a chocolate ice cream. And then I thought, you know, I don't know if we have any toppings. So I grabbed caramel. I grabbed a caramel topping because I really love it. And I saw they had a blackberry topping, and I was like, you know what? I was like, you know, I should probably, we haven't tried this, and it might be a hidden gem of the, ice cream world. So, well, I'll pick it up anyway. We had ice cream last night. Still did not eat any of the blackberry topping, but I will try it eventually. I'm kind of thinking, as an alternative setup to this, where it's just my, you guys see me and the build is very small. I'm thinking maybe one of the things that I might do is set up the camera so that it's specifically zoomed in on like the Lego build, like zoomed in very small on this. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of when I was going through and doing. Not necessarily thinking of if you give a mouse a cookie, but I was going through the logic of Well, I really want ice cream, but if I have ice cream, then I need some caramel topping for it. Or if I get ice cream, then I need to get Alexis ice cream. And if I get Alexis ice cream, we need some topping. So I'll grab some topping. But, I see that they have this topping, but if I miss out on this and it's the greatest thing ever, then yeah. So it's exactly verbatim, like to give a mouse a cookie. And the really sad thing is, we are in for a whole world of it when Ezra and we have the rest of our kids here, because that is exactly what the mindset is going to be for every single one of them, is thinking through things that way. And it is going to be a very interesting time. At least it'll all be logical, though. It won't be. It might actually not be. At some point we may hit the ideas of, well, if I'm eating ice cream, I might as well be doing something fun, and that something fun may as well be putting a Lego set together. So I bought the new Lego Death Star because that's fun. And that is exactly the worry that I have, that my kids are going to jump the conclusion that my kids are going to jump to, because that's how I think and my brain works. But that's also how you know that, Alexis is very well taken care of. Is if I think of that kind of stuff constantly, then that's why we always have ice cream stocked in our fridge. Or in our freezer. So, that my children will be very well taken care of, or at least very well sugared. Whether or not that's a good thing, it'll be to be determined, but, yes, it will. We will have plenty of snacks. Ren may come home very, very sugared up. But not all the time, We've got, we'll have, popsicles and stuff. So, it won't all be super junk snacks. Just some of it. Ah, goodness. You guys have anything planned for tomorrow, Lauren? Obviously, you guys went to a Good Friday service tonight, but I wasn't sure if you guys had a family thing going on tomorrow, or what you had. Because the only thing I've got going tomorrow is I got to be to the church at 7 p.m. To help get ready for the Easter breakfast in the morning at the church. There. Oh, stretch my feet out. Got all that stuff done. Oh, oh nice. I got what you meant, Lauren. So Ren will be able to collect eggs. Oh man. You have to let me know how she does it, you know, collecting all the eggs. Is it going to be her collecting all the eggs, or is it going to be you running around and collecting all the eggs with her? And I know the answer to that question. It's one of those. I'm really glad that people still do Easter egg hunts. It's super fun. To be honest, I think that when Ren and Ezra are a little bit older, I'm sure Mom and Dad are gonna do some Easter egg hunts around the house. I'm really excited for when Ezra can use his Easter basket as well. Because I know Dad put a lot of effort into getting those things ready. Yeah, Well, good. I'm glad you'll put Ethan to work. Yeah, Brandon, I'll get on once I'm done building this Lego set. I'm planning on wrapping up stream, and we'll get and then I'll hop on League. So, or I'll hop on Discord with you guys. So it'll be a little bit, but is it front one lines up? It is front one lines up. Don't have too oh goodness. Don't have too much fun without me though. You know, hate to break your win streak like I did yesterday in Mayhem. Is Ethan good at collecting eggs, Lauren? Is he good at finding them? Or is he one of those where, you know, you wait for somebody to shout, "I found one," and then you go tackle them and take their egg? That's what I do. You know, make them cry a little. You know, I could believe it. I could believe it. There we go. But yeah, then we'll have to have the competition between you know, Ren and Ezra. See which one of them is the better egg hunter out of the family. You know, the odd time that when mom and dad would have would do the Easter egg hunt around their house, and then we'd like miss like 6 or 7, and dad would we'd either find them a lot later, or dad would know right where every single one of them was, and he would just eat them instead because we didn't know where to look. Even though I don't know that he could have made it any more obvious. Where's that third? Oh, there it is. It's inside the slushy. About to say, I was about to have to get after you, Lauren. You guys gave me a Lego set that was missing pieces. But it's a good test to, you know, make sure that me putting this together is a good test to make sure that you guys didn't forget any pieces or lose them somewhere where Ren could chew on them. But also, to finish my thought from earlier, I want to do a camera angle so that it specifically catches the... so what you guys see on stream is like a zoomed in version of the Lego set. And then maybe have like in the corner the video or the video feed of like me just doing all this stuff and just building and talking. Just because I think that would be a bit more... It'd be a bit more entertaining for everybody to watch. And then, like, if you wanted to see the behind the scenes of me building it, then you could actually look at it. Or watch me do that. So, that might be the way that I set it up in the future. Now that I've got it figured out how to actually make it so the camera works right and doesn't just sit there and jitter every 2 seconds. Maybe. That doesn't sit on there very tight. Unless I messed something up. But I don't think I did. It looks like it's not all the way forward on there. Yeah, it's not. Okay. I just didn't know if that was the way that it was set up. But no, Ethan's gonna have to teach Ren the ways of the ways of finding the Easter eggs. Is it an outdoor or is it a yeah, it is a little bit sketchy. Is it an outdoor Easter egg hunt or an indoor one? It's probably, if I had to guess, indoor because of the weather lately, but you know, I always did enjoy the outdoor Easter egg hunts. I think we only did it like once at Mom and Dad's, and that was it. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Right. Oop, wrong one. Oh, are you guys gonna bring Ren over to where we're at for the new splash pad that's coming? I think it's supposed to be ready sometime this summer. And for some ice cream, of course. There we go. All right, I got the extra piece. I'm gonna throw that right in the bag. Right away. Yeah, it's going in right next to the. I guess it's going right in next to Pompeii's. It's in that little lot next to it. It's supposed to be finished this year, so. But there's the splash pad near Pompeii's, and then the Dairy Depot. But there we go. There is the ice. There is the slushy truck with the Freezy Penguin server, handing out delicious slushies with the one side open. Yeah, it will be. We're excited. There's the back side of it. Obviously, he's not on that side. He's on this side, handing out a red slushie. And then you got the little smiley girl with pigtails. Ooh! Don't worry, I still got it. Right there. But yeah, we'll be. We'll have to take a look at it and let you guys know how it is. I mean, you guys got the cool thing over where you live. You guys got like skate parks. And stuff like that. But yeah, so there's the slushy truck. Thank you so much, Lauren and Ethan, for letting me put this thing together again. Always appreciated. But yeah, so we got the food trucks all put together. I've got one more that I need to put together, but I'll do that for the video that I got to do. But yeah, so we got the slushy truck put together, the donut truck also put together. Blah. So those two are put together. And then the big old mystery shack with all of its secrets and surprises. But yeah. I'm glad that I got the camera fixed. I'm glad that we had so many people come and hang out and check out the stream. Always enjoyed it. Always enjoy it. Especially for being the, like I said, this is going to unfortunately be the last Lego building stream. This will be the last Friday stream. Next week, I'm only going to do Monday and Wednesday. And then Friday, obviously, we have to get a lot of stuff prepped for our son to be here, for things to get ready. And then, plans may change. He might come early and I might not be able to stream Monday, Wednesday, but, I'm going to do my best. We're going to see how it goes, and we'll do whatever stream stuff from there. So, yeah, but always appreciate it. Always appreciate you guys, coming and hanging out. Building Legos with you guys is always fun. It's always fun to talk to you, discuss things. It's a really good way of doing getting things done that I need to get done with Lego videos and that kind of stuff, along with just being able to talk and being able to hang out with some of you guys. It's super fun, and I always enjoy it. Like I said, though, this will be the last Lego stream for a while. Next week is just going to be probably some video game streams. Maybe Wednesday might be a little bit of a special stream, depending on if I can find the thing that I need for. It's something Dan's been asking for, so I'm gonna see if I can find what he's been asking for, and then maybe we'll do a special stream on Wednesday as the last one for a little while. But I'll probably put out a video next week kind of explaining what's going on and what the channel is going to be focusing on, maybe like a channel update video, something like that. So, but rest assured, I will still be active. I've still got some YouTube videos to do, still got some YouTube shorts that I want to get out. But yeah, One thing I also want to do is the new set 29 minifigs are out, so maybe we'll do some unboxing of those. But yeah, always appreciate it, guys. Always a good time having everybody here to hang out and build some Lego sets together with. I will rest assured I will be back again. I'll stream again sometime, but it just depends on how long it's going to be. So hope you guys have an amazing Easter weekend. Spend a lot of time with family and friends. It's always a good time, and spending time with family and friends is always fun, especially around the holidays. So night, Lauren. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys loaning me the slushy truck and the ice cream truck. But yeah. All right, I'm going to end her there. So hope you guys have a good weekend. Hope you guys have a blessed Easter. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And then I will see you guys again on Monday. Bye.